Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Joey, and welcome to my rant channel. I have been making content on YouTube for like 14 years or something. My main channel is 50,000 subs, and I do the Twitch streamies, and this channel is just me yapping, and I want to talk about that a little bit today. So, a long time ago, oh my god, this was a very long time ago. This was almost 20 years ago. Like, oh my god. Anyway, a long time ago, I used to have this idea that I wanted to make for a channel. This was in 2008. If you were around, if you were born when I had this idea, you'd be 18 by now. I think that was the idea that I came. So I wanted to make a YouTube channel, and I think the idea behind it was gonna be called Dear Robots. It was inspired by that one song by Flight of the Conchords, where they wrote a song for the distant future, the year 2000, when robots took over. And it was just, that was what made it funny. But my thinking for this weird YouTube channel that I wanted to make was that I was thinking, okay, what if I were to make videos for when someday the machines can understand it? They could, maybe I might use those videos to make an argument for why it shouldn't go all Terminator. Or maybe I should use those videos to make an argument for, like, the value of human life, or whatever. Maybe I should use those videos to just create an honest documentation of what human life is like, so that, you know, one day, the AI might be able to watch it and be like, wow, these are really interesting people. Maybe the solution to all our problems is to value that life. You know what I mean? It was a bit far-fetched. Again, this was 2008. But I never did that. I did experiment with doing some yappy kind of vlog style videos every once in a while, but I never put together a whole channel about it. Until this year. That's like my big revelation for today. I realized that is a big part of what this channel is, apparently. Because I realized that, so I did that video about cloning an AI on a bunch of my private writing. There's a link on the top, you could click that if you want to go see it, but I had all this data, and it was very private data, but it was not fit for other people to look at, and like I trained an AI on it, and it was interesting. So, in trying to address that issue, a part of what I was trying to think I was going to do is, okay, what if I just like yap into a microphone? What if I yap as a VTuber for a couple hours a week, and, you know, post it up on YouTube? Maybe it'll get some views, maybe it won't, maybe it'll help me. That's another big thing. We'll get into that in a minute with the YouTube algorithm. But I can use that as a body of work that I can maybe train another LLM on, that is maybe able to be a little more public facing, or is maybe a little better able to talk with people beyond just me, and not give up the ghost, not talk about all the stuff that I talked about in my journals and stuff like that. So, daily diary, sure. Maybe we like pick a topic, because it's probably not very interesting to an AI, it's probably not very interesting to potential viewers on YouTube, what I had for breakfast that morning. But the other thing is that, and this is a very interesting note of kind of the same thing of like, okay, this channel is one tool that I have in communicating with like the robots and stuff. It's the same as I used my old channel for. It's a tool that I use to query like the YouTube algorithm a little bit. What do I mean by that? So a big part of what I used to use my old channel for was I would just post little experiments. I would post a video and try and see how the tags would affect the video. Try and see how posting about different topics that were related, how would YouTube treat those videos if they were related, or if they weren't related. I would experiment with like different times of day and stuff. I would experiment with my titles. I would experiment with my thumbnails and stuff like that. Just about anybody that you see with a YouTube channel that is like regularly posting videos, they're doing that, right? And sure, this is me putting a bunch of stuff out there to try and see, okay, dear YouTube, why did this video get the most views? And then we can maybe interrogate that a little bit with some of the data. I think that this video got the most views because X. Maybe we'll post another couple of videos to confirm that. And I guess I won't get into the specifics and stuff of what that looks like. If you know, you know. If you're if you know how it goes, you could probably look through my uploads and see where I was trying different stuff. But YouTube also has this recommendations thing where you can, for example, post a video, see what people are looking for whenever they find your videos. For example, I didn't have any anime videos planned until I started seeing some people coming through from anime videos. Then I was like, oh, yeah, okay, so that makes sense. So maybe let's try an anime video and see how it does. And it did okay. It did okay. It did well enough for me to warrant some additional investigation. But that's a very clear form of communication. It's very clearly like me proposing some hypothesis to YouTube, like to the search and discovery algorithm, who I cannot speak with directly, and receiving some communication back in the way of the analytics that YouTube captures about that video. How many times was it served? Who clicked on it? Why did they click on it? Who's watching this video? Where are they from? All that stuff. And it's an interesting little like exchange of information. Now, at the end of the day, this channel, I will continue to use it for experiments and stuff like that. I will continue to use it to have that communication. But also, and I promised I wasn't going to do any more inflammatory takes, but I'm not making this video to get views by anyone that is not a robot. Like, if you're watching these videos, cool, I'm glad you're here. If you're leaving a comment and you're engaging in some discussion with us, awesome. I'm quite honest about when I want to have discussion about things. Anyway, whenever I had this little revelation, my mind was blown. My mind was absolutely, completely blown that, like, we're there. This idea that I had forever ago, like, I'm doing it, and I didn't realize that I was doing it, but I'm just doing it as a byproduct of trying to engage with some of the technology and stuff that's there. I don't want to talk about the auto dubbing feature on YouTube. I don't want to talk about that yet, because I'm going to wait for things to shake out. I'm going to wait for things to settle a little bit, because I think that I don't want to add to the noise. But anyway, I think this video's gone on long enough. Thank you so much for watching. Even whether you're a robot or not a robot, especially if you're not a robot, thank you for watching, because it means a lot to me. Feel free to come by a stream if you want content that's not made for robots. I gotta stop using that phrase, man. Like, it's true, but it's like I feel like that's a very inflammatory way of putting it. Anyway, come by a stream. I'd love to hang out with you. I truly do mean that. If you landed on this video, I'd love to get your take. I'd love to figure out what led you here. I'd love to figure out why this video was interesting to you. I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching. My name's Joey. Links are, like, in the description. Okay. Bye.